to get in there, and you probably don't want to be focused down too early on. Themselves, but perhaps something else that's got quite the low int game. Or maybe it could be just for a Fiend's Grip target or something like that. They want to protect against that by getting rid of the OD. I mean, they threw us a curveball in game one, right, with the Lycan last pick, but they haven't really gone all in with any style, really. They're leaving it very open. They're kind of dipping their toes in a bunch of different ponds. In their previous game against MINESKI, I think what they picked was something like a Kunkka or a Lifestealer, which are both still in the pool. Don't know how good either of those would be with this lineup, but I suppose you're still able to do a lot of what you want. Oh, it's a bounty. Bit different, and we might see Febby go back to what's really worked for him in the past. This might be a KP Enigma coming out here.
Could be, yeah. I like the current Bounty Hunter much more as core.
As a 3, yeah.
That also depends on what your matchup's going to be, because Keen haven't really solidified what their safe lane situation is going to be. You can have something that's very aggro and harass heavy, because you want to try and challenge this Morphling as best you can when it comes to the laning phase. You don't want to let that hero just sit around. But Darkseer is one of the heroes that doesn't care so much about Morphling's really high base damage, because you just start cutting creep waves and leave the Morph to just defend his tower. Normally, if you have these sort of situations where Morphling's free farming, he starts getting a lot of denies over the offline.
Just three professional games on the Bounty Hunter for KP in his entire career. But it has all been in the last 3 months.
Yeah, well, so that's really where the Bounty 3 has come a bit more into the prominence there. You know, with the yoink ability with his steal. I mean, TA, something else a little bit different coming out for Keen. We've seen it throughout this main event, but not so much for them.
Like the big burst of damage that's going to come out from both this Ember Spirit and the TA. So now we're going to have the TA matchup into the mid lane against that Monkey. You can have the side lane Ember Spirit. The side lane Ember Spirit, I think, can be pressured by a core bounty. He's pretty susceptible to that Janata harassment, I think.
Absolutely can, and pretty decent base armor as well on that Bounty Hunter. I think it depends if it is going to be that position 3 or 4. We'll be having to see, but I think you need to go the phase boots into the medallion into drums, or switch up that order perhaps a little bit, and then you can really start to take these team fights, get your team control of the game.
What's the crucial role here?
Well, there's definitely going to be a lot of importance in this laning phase and how the setup is, mostly because you can't afford to be losing your Monkey King lane. Your Morphling's not going to come online fast enough for you to be able to do that. Bounty Hunter's a slower rolling hero if he doesn't succeed in the laning phase as well, and then we've already have that Enigma. So MINESKI have to get the whatever lane matchups are most superior for them. I'm not sure if the regular setup is going to be fine, if eHome's going to be running anything aggro to try and shut down the Morphling, but MINESKI definitely needs to have a successful first 5 minutes of the game.
All right, good stuff. Thanks very much, gents. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your seats. Game 3 just around the corner, and it's a must-win match for MINESKI.
Prepare for battle.
You're so nice.
Must win indeed, MINESKI. They are up against the wall, and Keen Gaming are in their comfort zone. TA, Ember, we throw a little bit of a spice in there with the Silencer, Nyx and Darkseer. It feels like the greatest combos ever. And maybe even our observers like, we'll give our love to India because this may be our last game we cast here. It looks really good for Keen, Kyle.
If you ask about their comfort zone, this feels like it. They can play so fast. They've got a BKB piercing cancel for that Enigma ultimate in Dark Silencer, and it's not something they haven't done before. It's a Febby Bounty Hunter as well, so unless he's able to apply a ton of pressure to these Keen supports, I fear they'll be able to abuse their massive wave clear advantage and then their mid-game tempo.
They're just saying
start
hi.
like this.
They did again like that. One tree is thick enough that it can actually hide two heroes.
Oh, and Febby skilled Invis first.
He's looking for runes then. This has to be rune steals.
I've just never seen this before. You always get the Janata.
It is also on the other fact, like, because we were kind of talking, like, okay, well, this mid lane is going to look really, really good for Keen. Is it just a straight up, I need to harass, but I need to snipe that courier in mid? Like, that thing has to go down if you're going to have any kind of chance for Moon to win this lane on Monkey King.
Yeah, did they clear any of the Radiant wards? Because they have 3 sentries down already. 2, of course, are blocking camps aggressively in the bottom safe lane. That's what you want to do is you play offlane Enigma when you're by yourself to ensure that the wave comes back to you.
Nick still has one of them in his stash. Sorry, in his inventory. So they got 1.
Yeah. And immediately Dark, dude, I was talking with Zach, the MINESKI manager. He told me at a point Dark had 14 sentries on him. He picked an Invis hero.
It's just how you roll, right? Well, Morphling needs to have a good time here for MINESKI if they're going to still, like, I don't want to sound like so defeatist against them, but it does, like, they really are in a bad position in this draft and need to pull out something amazing. And Morphling is a great way to get that. If they can create the space, that's probably why Febby and Ninja Boogie are up on this north side. Harass out the supports, really be a bit more of a pain in the butt.
Yeah, but it's just, this is what you love as the side of Keen. Like, you have no problems with this. And I'm sorry, but Febby's build, the Invis first, it's just no damage. If you have Janata, it's 80 damage and 12 gold steal every 12 seconds. And then you want to skill your Shuriken toss right away. But you don't even trade effectively when you go the Invis level 1.
God, Moon's living life on the edge. Side blades have been the bane of every single mid laner that goes up against this Templar assassin. A courier easily makes the trek.
Dude, he is so... Yeah, you can hear the crowd. This is a mechanical master performance thus far from the TA. As I said, of course, he misses the CS, but that's just the Kyle curse. TA versus Monkey King is very TA favored if you don't get pressured, because not only do you have tons of physical damage, Monkey King has 1 armor when he's away from that tower.
Oh, look at that percentage. 11.1% chance that you, like rate of skilling the skeleton walk or shadow walk.
I mean, maybe this...
We have no clinks.
Maybe it's for like the rune control, perhaps?
Yeah, but then again, like the runes didn't really go their way. Ninja Boogie, great pull. That was so needed. He needed to drag this wave back up.
Yeah, it's big for them. You can see, in the meantime, the old 11, he's stacked to camp.
Oh, they're really going on mid. There's a lot of slow down. Leave that all, but Venom's letting him do some work. But Moon, he's already used his Boundless Strike. They can at least rise into the TA. But they're contesting for this top stack, Kaka. Burning the Spike Carapace, so he won't have that available. Still be able to connect on the stun on Ninja Boogie. And Jit doesn't have waveform available. Ninja Boogie is ticking down pretty fast. That's the problem with these iron shells. They really hurt Ajit. He doesn't have a lot of life. There's so much inagility. Waveform is back off cooldown. They want to be able to get old 11 with Febby's movement in. Maybe they believe they have some kind of chance, but they need the damage. Ajit, there's your waveform up, but double down shields. They're not doing enough damage into old 11. With the brains up, they get a little bit more. But it feels so hard. They're trying to bleed a rock.
Does Febby realize that, like, the Invis, like, he'd gotten a pack off there, fading into Invis. That's what you used to do, right? To get the bonus damage. That doesn't exist anymore. Like, this is a really big mistake.
It could also just be a misclick. Like, it could have been a misclick.
It's for the slow, I suppose. Maybe they wanted to get a first blood, click somebody down, but...
Like 14% plus your extra Orb of Venom slow?
Yeah, just Janat's just so much better. And look at this Ninja Boogie in some trouble. He's level 2.
Oh, Nightmare. He needs to create a little bit more space to get away. Old 11 doesn't have the Iron Shell on him. He's got Surge available if they want to go underneath the tower. But right now, they're happy with just doing this damage to the consumables.
This is just so grim. Right now for MINESKI, they're in a 2v3, but Darkseer Nyx, like, you love this. This is the vintage dual core to go up against tri-lanes. Remember we had that 3-1 meta constantly? There we go, folks. Our first Janata hit of the game. Unfortunately, it's 3 minutes 40 seconds in. And if you check out mid lane, 10 denies on Yi. And if he hits 6 before Monkey King, that's when this lane gets hard because the traps start coming out. He will need sentries in mid lane.
And Monkey's not one of those heroes that's going to look to jump away. He does have a haste rune, so potentially movement to top where he rises mid. Febby, oh, the chains, he's in trouble. They're burning him down. The Iron Shells, 29 HP is as low as Febby got. And Kaka and Darkseer, they're both trying to look for that little bit of an opening, finding where Febby is hiding, but they won't find it. He's very lucky to survive.
Indeed. Game relatively even in the bottom. I just question this MINESKI lineup. I just don't think they've addressed the Ember Spirit at all.
They're coming again, man. We just look for the bright side of life. Nightmare is out. We'll give it some time for Ninja Boogie to hit into him. Bounty Hunter still waiting for the wrong time. 11. He's able to just run back to the tower, and Febby not looking to attack either, so a waveform forward.
And this
not going to lose any CS in the lane. Okay, they miss 1, 2.
And Kaka gets the pull off. It'll probably be stopped here. Boogie will pull the easy camp, but this means he'll be able to contest the rune instead. And it'll also create a double wave.
Look at Febby already go. Nice Nightmare from Ninja Boogie.
Oh my god, they got all...
But he can't get the top, can he?
Yeah, I love this in 11 too. He just buys a bottle and immediately uses all of it, gets the rune, can preserve the shrine now, or perhaps use it anyway and get that one charge. Yeah, but how do you, there was a ban on Troll and TA when you already have a Enigma Morphling, like that boggles my mind. You allowed Keen to get Ember to go with their Darkseer, and the response is Monkey King Bounty Hunter? Like, these are not heroes that match up well whatsoever.
Got almost a year ago for Immortals, that's a long time ago, but Birmingham will be over there pretty soon. Febby's moving his attention in towards mid lane, able to see Kaka hiding in the tree line. So good information for Moon, and this is around the same time as TA does hit 6. So identifying the fact there will be some level of assistance, even if it just comes through vision alone, to be provided towards that mid lane. And KP's been doing a hard slog on bottom lane, but he's got his Soul Ring, 13 denies, 10 last hits on the Enigma, so he's doing his work as well. So there are other ways for MINESKI. Like, we're 6 minutes in without a first blood. Everyone's just a little bit on edge. But this is also because you're getting a lot of information, and there's not a lot of kill power in these lanes unless TA can outplay the mid lane.
Yeah, the one benefit is up top, you can see they have a big XP advantage on this Morphling for now. The concern is whether he'll ever be able to truly dominate this lane in mid. You can see the TA traps are out.
Yep.
All of a sudden, Moon, you just can't play Dota anymore.
And the sentry ward that Febby put down was instantly dewarded.
Yep.
So Moon couldn't get rid of it quick enough, but Febby's now on a mission. He's got 4 observer wards they're trying to plant down up on top lane, old 11, buying some time. They want more damage into this waveform will do his work. That's why he goes into full agi, able to connect Kaka and able to create space with his impale. And Ninja Boogie is the man to spill the first blood after 6 minutes. And Febby, Courier, has he got the damage output? He needs to just let go.
Yep. And if you're level 3 with, I believe it's 63 or 64 damage, you get the one shot on Courier, but unfortunately he is still just level 2 at 7 minutes into Dota. That is not a good feeling. And these wards, man, yeah, 3 wards placed, but who's going to be playing this area? I don't feel like this is a game where we can expect TA to be playing passively when you consider how far he's in the jungle right now, but it's not as if he's feeling any pressure in the mid lane right now. Already slight lead on the Monkey King.
Oh, he just got his 3. He leached it from the camp that was being farmed up by old 11. So we'll just hang in behind him. TA's in the neighborhood as well.
Just, man, this scares me. If Kane's able to play on the enemy side of the map,
he sees the Courier.
Wards are going to be worthless.
This is finally a chance to get the kill on it. It was still injured. It didn't regen back in the fountain long enough. And now old 11 being, well, okay, maybe he's going to work here with the Templar Assassin. Yep, surges it forward, puts the Iron Shell on. That is a level 3 Iron Shell, so the Nightmare can free him up, but it's already a little bit too late.
And how many times have we seen this before? Yi rotating out of his lane. What's happening mid? Oh, a Nyx Assassin gaining valuable levels, even with traps to secure his own lane. It's just standard Keen gaming. Just how you play Dota nowadays. You got to try and get these supports online, especially when they're heroes like Nyx Assassin. He's back mid.
Gotta be careful. There's a lot of traps down, already hitting with the Impale. Support's coming in. This is Enigma who has level 6 and has killed up Black Hole. They'll get the extra. AP needs to hold him there, dodging the Sleight of Fist. My lord! Oh, chicken! Well, Febby and Moon thought they were heroes, so did KP, but this isn't going to stop TA from diving. Another trap out. KP's put down the Midnight Pulse, does not have mana for the Black Hole.
Dude, it's just so good. I love the way Old Chicken's been playing Dota. Also, man, these look at Old Chicken real fast. Have we seen this in this tournament? Look at, he's rushing a Spirit Vessel with brown boots. No points, same guard.
Well, he understands his job is to shoot the Morphling.
Okay.
That has to be the goal.
I'm not going to.
All the Monkey King, he'll take either.
And it allows him also to play so aggressive. You saw the damage output that they were able to land in that mid lane. Yeah, KP, you can rotate, but Ember's always going to be able to outmatch you. So much stronger until far later into the game.
Finally, they get that sentry ward planted back down in mid so they can get rid of these TA traps, but on bottom lane, it's just the easiest set with the steering chains. Old Chicken committing the extra spirit for the damage. As Nightmare is out over on the Darks here. I'm sort of trying to battle for that sentry D-ward.
Just so cool. The one hero on MINESKI that's having a great time right now is that Morphling. And there's going to be, the enemy safe laner is itemizing specifically to deal with your hero.
He didn't steering chain up. The sleight of fist came out as Febby walked underneath the sentry wall, but it's the battle for the 10-minute bounty rune. Enigma's going to TP in. The curse is already over on Febby. King looking to set up on the Nyx Assassin, but the Carapace, it's so difficult. It's just all this control from Kaka. He wanted to get the bounty rune, but he'll lose his life.
Top lane. Wall comes out just to try and buy Old 11 some space. He's going to be able to grab the bounty rune. Happy with this. Mid tower, by the way, when did that die? Just now, yeah.
Yep.
And that's my concern with the warding, right? You have two of these wards. The ones on the high ground were actually both countered by Dark, who just consistently is purchasing more sentries than anyone I've seen play in this event. And TA, like, you're not able to pressure him, and his lineup is never going to be playing on the enemy side of the map. They've got to be afraid of Keen actually running on theirs. Just don't understand the vision game. And demonstrates just once again how Keen continue to stay. Look at this. The smoke move, level 6 Kaka thanks to the mid XP, and you have a Spirit Vessel with 3 charges on Ember. If they find Ajit here, he is in some serious trouble.
We saw him, like the Dire Sentry ward gave a little bit of extra information, or did it? He actually noted around the corner. Now you'll hit the intel. Spirit Vessel's already out. There's a waveform available. He has to go onto the other side and then up the hill and away. Trying to be used, but Old Chicken keeping pursuit on. Ajit moves further up. He's got 4 one-shots with the Spirit Vessel. It needs to wear off. He's got another charge in 1 second time, but he'll just slide fist him down instead. Support has moved in the form of Bane as well as the Bounty Hunter. Double tracks are up as Febby does have 6 now. My Carapace returns the level 1 toss damage.
Oh my, I'm telling you, man, like this is, if they're able to win this game, they'll have 3-0'd a squad that just crushed the winners bracket with incredibly unique concepts. Like this is...
But this was the danger we were talking about on the panel where King Gaming, they got a wake-up call in the early stage. And now they're having to fight through the lower bracket where they learned more, but can they fight through this Ember Spirit? Mad up, taken off by the Silencer. He's actually in a bit of a problem right now. Can find the kill, the side of Fist and Spirit away, able to do so. These tracks give a lot of information, but Febby, he'll end up going down as the first kill of this fight.
Oh, Kaka was a hair of a second late on carapacing that pound, so they would have picked up a free Monkey King as well. So a lot of space for KP. He has an Ursa Creep bottom, so he'll be able to take the enemy tier 1 all by his lonesome. King Gaming, they can look to get aggressive here. Only level 4 on Ninja Boogie. He is pretty much a super creep at this point.
Yeah, it's a very good thing to keep in mind. The fact that KP wasn't there. It's the fact that MINESKI didn't want to fight. Kaka forced them into that engagement by killing off Ninja Boogie. While Moon bouncing around mid.
Oh, the tree.
He's cursed up, jumping over. Here's the third jump, but he'll drop down. He could move in time, and now Old Chicken gets the stun, doesn't connect on the searing. The Mud Golems will take that for him, but Monkey King cannot get away. He's silenced up. There's going to be another. Tries to dodge, hits him with a stun, but Kaka's got one better. The Spike Carapace is now +6 stolen intelligence for the Silencer.
Look at this, they smoke and immediately now look at KP. He's got his ultimate ready, but that Spirit Vessel, that regen.
Oh, the Searing Chain's connect. This is a level 4 Impale stun. KP will die so quickly. Spike Carapace available, but they know that the Spirit Vessel will get the kill, and they keep recharging it.
They get the Ursa creep as well, like it's just kill after kill.
And even the fortification on the courier, so Febby can't even that snipe. Attempted to do so, and now he walks underneath the sentry.
How do you give Ember, Toby? With the Darks here already selected. Again, a Troll PA, they just can't do what Old Chicken's doing. I don't think any other Ember is going to be doing what Old Chicken's doing, but that's besides the point.
Like all things in Dota, man, you have to accept this and then move on. Deal with what you've got. Mid lane, Nyx Assassin signed the Spike Carapace, hoping some level of damage to go his way, and now the Sentry Ward is planted. Only gets rid of 1 TA trap and didn't get any information on Nyx Assassin.
Just mid-game spike. You got the HOD on Old 11.
Oh, he's it's like, well, that TA trap just got de-ward. I'm just going to walk through with Spike Carapace and not care.
Yeah, and there's a Deso now on TA. 14 minutes in. Looks like they are bringing out a smoke as well. Of course they are, along with 3 more sentries for Dark. Wouldn't be caught dead without a healthy stock of those.
Can Keen actually just force Roshan, like, take the fight, or is this too problematic against MINESKI?
I don't think you want to. You still just want to keep playing this hit and run game. They're going to smoke. You see, this is good. You don't want to go for Ninja Boogie here. And they actually pinged away Old Chicken. You can see Dark is still the in-game shot caller, ensuring that he doesn't smoke the target that is currently smoked. And they're going to juke the scan ever so slightly. Morphling in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, underneath the tier 2 towers, that's his only upside.
And there's no vision up here for MINESKI, and this is my concern. You have these aggro wards, but now your own jungle is undefended.
And you got Bounty Hunter revealing himself mid-lane because he's underneath the sentry ward as well. So TP out from the Morphling, they'll dodge the attack, but Observer wards in front and behind that tier 2 tower on top means MINESKI can have no fight. At least a surprising fight against Keen.
And the sentry in between tier 1 and tier 2 mid guarantees that if he wants to hunt Courier, it's just not going to be possible. We see Puppey do this as well, arguably the expert on Courier sniping. This is the anti.
Oh, they found the target. It's going to be Enigma. Nightmare trying to protect him for the moment. They'll take it straight back off again. Ember Spirit's already arrived. The side of Fist Chain does the work against KP. They make walls, and Ninja Boogie, he cannot Nightmare, easily taken off. And, well, what can Monkey and Morphling do apart from watch their core die? They're thinking about what? Another Courier snipe for Febby?
I don't know, but this is what I mean. He just gets his Deso, now he's playing aggressive in the enemy jungle. Old Chicken just... Dude, this is just such a crazy Ember performance. He is 0-3. He still has just brown boots. He's going bots after Spirit Vessel. Like, who does this? Everywhere. He's been...
It's just great itemization. MINESKI, they need to find something. They're smoke looking towards the mid. I don't know. I'm waiting for the Bounty Hunter's coming towards the mid so we can track up the Ember Spirit. Monkey King looking for his own jump in. And they're using the Bounty Hunter a little bit of the Spirit so will kill no matter. The stuns, here's your wood.
You've now removed, and then they all thoughts are. Game as well. Bots now completed on old Pickin.
This is just like global.
Yeah,
it's back, heals up, and back to the front lines.
This is clinical performance. Again, I have to keep pointing out the vision game. Look at this. They just saw 4 heroes on the bottom shrine. It is on, and they might just look to invade. You don't have Blink on TA yet. He's 80 gold away. You probably want that before you go too deep. The bounty rune top is still there if Old 11 finds it, but alas, he will not.
Sentry ward's down. At least they'll know if anyone walks underneath them.
There's the blink. Now it's go time for King Gaming because you can Ion Shell surge in the Ember. He'll go deep. And the TA with the blink Deso, like, you immediately kill whatever target you want to go for.
It's not always the Sleight of Fist Searing Chain connects over on Febby. He'll go invis, but loses 1/3 of his life just because of that easy combination ability. Right. The TA trap just harassing. They're just beating the tower. That's all they need to do right now. The Great Wave is there, so there's no backdoor regeneration.
And you've no real problem with potential KP or odd split push because you've always got the bots Ember ready to rock and roll. 5 towers down by 18 minutes, 7K gold lead. And a normal team, I'd say, hey, it could go either way, but so far Keen is
really want
so smooth.
Like, TA is so isolated here. Maybe Global Silence is down, so Black Hole will be useful, but that Sleight of Fist does some work. They break the Ego Simorph, and now we go for the fight. The Black Hole instantly.
He could have used it. He was 4 seconds on cooldown. Otherwise, there's no way his team dies.
Yep.
And they still just lose the 1. Yeah, Aegis as well, but a 4-for-1 exchange, you're just hitting their force. Like, they don't even have their building damage, but it's just Ajit. The respawn timers and the low numbers may actually be enough to save, but it doesn't even look.
They get opportunities like this, and easy searing chains. Yes, the Morphling will strength up, but they get what they want. We're 19 minutes in. A tier 3 tower will fall.
They've got the grip. He's going to try and get help, but he tanked the trap, and now he's just getting on top of one.
Searing chain, another trap will actually kill him because the Spirit Vessel's doing the work. Moon wants to jump in. He's around the back lines, but now King Gaming with that 1 kill on the main field.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Come on, he's actually going to perform and start back out from the Enigma. You've still got no black pole, the back in, and the silence. Team Gaming just want to start retreating back out once again. The TA is dead. And they keep their racks alive. MINESKI getting a lot of money for this. Because they come out, once again, you think you have an advantage, but you have nothing. Moon, he'll go down. Another slider fist through. Ninja Boogie, oh, they'll just take the nightmare off. Freeing to beat into the Bane. One by one, they keep dying and buying back. Hey, it's cheap at least. The Maleficent on the Dark Seer, his search for a way won't be full. And Febby's trying to keep more and more of these tracks up. They're going to actually TP down, looking for the kill on the silencer. He's got 20 intelligence. He's getting more into every single minute that keeps going through this game. With Wave Bomb down, they'll get the bounty rune and they'll get the kill. That's big money at least to help that gold not be completely out of control, but
it is. But it's the team fight, Toby. It's this Keen Gaming lineup. Sometimes they're willing to play you into the late game. Sometimes they're gonna just do this,
push you early. You fight.
They're so strong. They're unbelievably strong, and it's not as if they're even gonna fall off with the way they're optimizing. You have a BKB soon on TA, a Radiant queued up by Old Chicken. Kaka has a Blink Dagger, so their ulti before BKB. KB cannot cast ultimate. He purpose, you blink in. The end.
4-man smoke up. They want to keep this momentum going their way. The BKB's not on the TA just yet, but you did get one over. Well, actually, no, you haven't. You got Mech on Enigma.
Here comes the smoke. Arcane Rune Ember, level 15. It's a 4-second searing chain now. It is getting spooky. TA just gonna press down mid. The rest of his team will play off map.
Oh, they throw the sentries.
Here they come.
If they knew one of these trees is not like the other. The Manta for the Morphlip. Here comes your double stun. Off the quick wave form, but the fact.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Not a better word. Sorry, I couldn't find one.
Unbelievable. It's so hard for me to choose an MVP of the squad. I'm not saying it's over. You never know. You never know. You could have. Forces Toby on his chair.
While global silence is down.
It's possible.
Everyone caught inside the hole. Both guns available. Spirit Vessel
is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
我感觉刚刚老师有一个非常精彩的操作的机会没有把握住。
Здесь дальше Team Gaming сегодня показывает шикарную такую защитную доту, играя против НАТО Слинца и выигрывая там.
Like we were saying at the end of game 2, like they're very much a chameleon style. They'll blend with whatever they want to stand next to. So they can play very different rhythms, very different styles, and how do you then draft against that? Of course, giving them their comfort heroes in the Ember and the TA, maybe not so great, but MINESKI did the plan of their own. They got their own. They got their Morphling. They got their Enigma. Not the Keen really cares too much about the Enigma. And as most MINESKI drafts seem to have done, they've always had a little bit of a more unusual pick, some in the form of Febby Bounty Hunter.
Which I am all about as a core in Feb Enigma, but support Bounty Hunter. Yeah, he got one career kill, but 0, 6, and 2. Not the performance he wanted, but
he's hunting again. There's a courier making its trek. I don't think he'll get there in time. He'll see it, and then he can't reach it.
He's going to ward and do it again. But I wonder if this is really going to pay off. Although at this point, you're probably better off targeting couriers instead of enemy heroes.
I think he's just happy to leech the experience.
Hang on. Hang on.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Got it. That's the BKB. That was actually TA's BKB. You take whatever you can get when you're MINESKI, and that's a pretty big thing to get.
Start. And if you keep this in mind, as long as MINESKI doesn't die 20 more times without a kill, they'll still have not been the worst defeat.
It's fine. There's a big rotation around to the bottom lane. They're looking for Moon. Sitting with tree line, same with Ninja Boogie. And as far away as possible. It's a good player observer in Entry Wars, though. The information they get about Kaka moving south, this is why they retreat back out again. Morphle's getting more time to build up. He just went for the sustained Morbid Mask, but looking for the BKB.
Yeah, I expect them to wait for the TA BKB. Roche is up in 2 minutes. There's just no real need to get aggressive. In fact, the BKB timing will actually be as that big boss respawns.
Yep.
Miss little things. They've got the Wolf up KP, trying to boost their damage output as much as possible.
Febby to the bounty. They trigger the dust as quick as they possibly can. Nyx Assassin's hoping for the kill. Surging forward, he's the man with gun. Bounty Hunter. Well, he's able to sidestep that one with the track. Extra movement speed in the trees. And Kaka actually giving Febby some more money. I have my shots as well as my gold.
He has just not been able to land these impales. It's insane, but his carapaces have been on point.
Yeah.
And his blink in impales have been awesome as well, but it's just, you know, you kind of outthink yourself when heroes are running away in that zigzag pattern.
We get a new item arrive. It's a diffusal blade for a Monkey King. So they also hope to kill off the Ember Spirit if possible. A 3-man smoke up. He's very much isolated, and now they have to stop Keen's grenade.
Unbelievable, and really just done his job. Ice sentries, 20 intelligence, so it's not if he hasn't studied up. But 31 wards placed.
But this is that that window of opportunity. We saw it try to be utilized by MINESKI previously. When Global Silence is down, it's a lot easier for Enigma to actually be part of this fight. You see him looking to build into the Blink Dagger. The Global Silence will be down long enough, he can get the Blink Dagger and they can look for another opportunity. And I kind of like KP. He's not going to help you. Silence is sitting in the back lines waiting for you to BKB, and then he'll silence.
Yep. I love just more about the support, like the TA traps in combination with the sentries, right? You can make plays like this happen.
Febby underneath the Radiant Sentry.
That wasn't this first sentry. It's actually the one over here on the hill, right in between these two TA traps. Not that one to the right, over by the sentries.
We just keep going and going and going.
It sees the movement as he's walking the hill, and then 10 seconds later, you actually find that kill. Roche has respawned, as has the Radiant Courier. BKB completed on T along with that tiny crit. And you can just see the discipline, right? They're just growing the advantage. Keen feel absolutely no pressure. They got the tier 3, they killed both shrines, they get the second Roche, they buy out all their items, and then they're gonna go look for that engagement. Dark will have his ult up in 30 seconds. It just feels like, once again, another near flawless execution from Keen. You've got to try and make the play, but as you say, they're gonna have Aegis already. On Cape, this is what we're looking for, all right? He's got to get the Silencer, the Nyx, the Ember, and the Darkseer. That's all he's got to do.
Sure.
This game will turn around.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the Bane's heading down to bottom lane, so once again, they're looking for that pick-off on the side. It won't happen. Monkey King is in the back lines, but it's to the north where the creep wave is pushing. He is the one who's doing a solo defense.
Oh, they saw him. They saw him
bounce. He's getting back inside the base as TA enters high ground. Aegis symbol is on the TA as well as the Cheese. They do not want to initiate on the TA. They need the back line to go down and isolate the Templar Assassins after this point. But everyone needs to be back. He's now completed his TV and can't get too close or else the Rain's going to cause problems back over on the Monkey. They got 3 of them together. He's still thinking, is this the black hole? I don't know. Where's the silence? He is so up at he's through right now. He's far away from the rest of Keen. They still haven't taken the melee racks. The fortification will protect it.
It's almost like it's like they're baiting him, right? They're 4 people on top of each other, but KP knows, like, if I can't find Dark, I'm playing in the dark. I know he's gonna pop this ultimate. And look at him, he's to the high ground, just like, guys, I'm gonna chill over here in the forest.
How far can I go where I'm still involved? My fountain. It'd actually be a fountain. same job. Like, picture in picture, so we can see where the silencer's position is. I'm in the trees. HY told me this is a good place to be.
How would you ever find him? How do you acquire that vision with no Monkey King? It's just...
You don't. Quite simply, you do not. You got a Midnight Pulse to get rid of these refraction charges. There's your jump in for the next. A quick blink. KP going to... There's your waveform forward. Morphling. Copy a lot of damage. They're trying to beat... In trouble in the middle of the Wukong Smart. So Keen will lose one, but the Monkey King had to actually use it. And Febby outside. My lord, that damage is way too high. Gets hit by Meld.
It's unbelievable to watch, Toby. The positioning, they always lose the one hero, but you never find the engagement. MINESKI, they need the team fight, and Keen just refused to give it to them. Even
all right,
21 take the lead.
All right, KP, your monkey's giving you the information. They have a silencer. He's just bouncing around top. He can't get close enough. He can put on. Some level of opportunity next ESL.
What a statement game from Keen.
Really
unbelievable, really unbelievable. And like China as a region, been underrated as always until the Chinese New Year holiday comes and goes. These squads start training hard. TI Keen, for some time, next to the last mage, easily qualifying for Paris.
Look how KP's trying to get around this. Hiding Invis. Had a break. KP felt it, however. He'll jump away. I think it's almost that time to TP away to safety, but Spirit up and down. Oh, Chicken found him over in the trees. It's a black hole, but it will do nothing. There is no follow-up. It's another +2 for the silencer, and that may be the game. It is. GG is... Home the black hole. They could never get it off because Keen are just way too flawless execution. They had tried the tournament, but my God, have they looked on point.